reactions, man. Canelo. It's the biggest I've ever seen him. He looked like a tank to me.
Yeah.
I mean, in my eye, he looked like a bodybuilder almost.
I think actually he looked a lot like he has in the past. He just didn't look sucked out. You know, he's coming in with at his natural weight. He looks good. I'm excited for this. Having Canelo in New York is a big deal.
Okay, so what do you think about it? Even though most people are writing this off as a one-off, does Canelo float at 168 here and there? Does he do like a Mikey Garcia, jumping up and down whenever he wants, or?
I can see him picking and choosing. He's in the driver's seat. He is a legitimate superstar. He's the biggest star in the sport. He can do whatever he wants. He can stay there. He can go down. He can back up, back down. Whatever he wants to do.
Eyeball test. Does Rocky look physically as strong as Canelo to you, or he has the high knockout ratio for his record? Do you think there's going to be power to keep Canelo honest?
It's hard to say. I always say it's not a body contest, and you can never tell. This is boxing; it's a skill sport. Fielding is obviously going to be much more comfortable at the weight, but we got to see how Canelo feels. I'm sure he's going to go out there and do his thing. I think he's going to look fantastic and completely dominate. But fielding is a test.
We've seen different versions of Canelo.
Right.
There's been the boxer, the slickster, the one that, shoulder rolls, does some Floyd-esque kind of things. And then there's the banger that just goes in there for the knockout kill when he feels that way. Which version do you think we'll see in this fight?
I'm seeing a smart destroyer. I think he's going to be he's going to utilizing his jab, using those shoulder rolls that he's gotten so good at over the last couple of years. But essentially, at the end of the day, he's going to look to stalk and destroy.
Let me ask you about a guy who's been in camp with him and a part of his team now, Ryan Garcia. King Ryan moving up to lightweight. Had a little bit of a shoving match up there. What do you think of him? A lot of people were really critical about him. They chin's always in the air. But a lot of talent, very fast hands, etc. Do you think that Canelo's team has probably helped him improve on those mistakes that the fans and the outsiders saw?
It's hard to say. With a kid like that who's got so much natural talent, it's kind of like almost like, I don't want to compare it to Roy Jones just yet, but you've got that kind of style, or even like a Manny Pacquiao. You can't teach them fundamentals because it takes away from their game. It's hard to say what's exactly going to happen. They're a great team. I don't think his fundamentals were ever bad, but you take that talent and that speed and you match it up with some new game plan. We'll see. It could be something nice.
Nickname's The Flash. Has he taken that spot from Amir Khan as the fastest hands in boxing, in your opinion? Who would you have there? Your top three guys? Not including super small guys. I know Gary Russell's super
I was
fast.
going to say Gary Russell.
Yeah, Gary Russell.
Yeah, those guys are
but they're so small.
Fast.
From the 130s and up.
It's hard to. I wouldn't compare him to Khan yet because Khan has shown speed against world-class elite.
Okay.
Garcia hasn't yet, so.
Makes sense. Fantasy fights. Not really fantasy. These are realistic fights that should happen, but obviously boxing politics get in the way of all of that. But Lomachenko, Pedraza just happened. Triangle theories. We got to go. We saw what Tank did to Pedraza. We saw what Pedraza did with Lomachenko, face, etc.
Yep.
Does that mean anything in boxing?
I don't think so,
theory?
no. I don't. I don't think it means anything because Lomachenko and Gervonta Davis are completely different fighters.
Okay.
Also, Pedraza fought two completely different fights. I actually called the Pedraza-Gervonta Davis fight for BBC when it happened live, and I was there, and I was really surprised at the style that Pedraza chose that night. He literally walked him down with his hands up, and he fought Lomachenko the exact opposite. Super movement, a lot of movement, head movement up and down, kind of shifty awkwardness. So Pedraza fought those fights kind of, I thought, backward. But so I wouldn't compare those at all. It's almost like fighting different guys.
Is this fight kind of a re-emergence? Obviously Gervonta's a Mayweather fighter, and Loma's a top-ranked fighter. Is this kind of building up like Mayweather-Pacquiao, but the prime versions? Loma's a southpaw. Tank's doing shoulder rolls and things like that. Do you get that kind of feel?
Maybe stylistically, but it's a stretch.
Okay.
It's a stretch.
Okay.
I do think it's an interesting fight, though.
Do you think it could be a pay-per-view fight down the line? Like, these guys are the superstars of their prospective weight classes,
Davis would have to get really busy, really. Like, he'd have to get some big wins under his belt. He'd have to get the buzz going again. In order to garner pay-per-view numbers, you've got to be really relevant. So, and he's been out of the ring how long now?
Good little minute.
Yeah, so that's a tough build. He's got to rebuild.
So the super fight, in your opinion, would have to be Loma Mikey then, right? Or is there another dance partner out there? True, very true.
I mean, the landscape of this sport changes every fight. When you're talking about the megastars like that. So you got to see how that fight goes down. You got to see how Garcia fares and how long he's going to be out of the ring after that. So.
Keith Thurman, super critical with Terrence Crawford, vocal about it. Saying he respects him and all at 140, but at 147 doesn't consider him a real champ. He says Jeff Horn's a nobody, whatever, this, that, and the third. He feels Amir Khan could beat Terrence Crawford, and that's a fight that they're now actually might be coming to fruition if Khan doesn't fight Brook. Break that down for me. You fought Khan, Khan, Crawford.
The thing about Khan is, any given night, he can beat almost anybody in the world.
Okay.
Because he is super talented, super fast, and he's got a style that's very difficult to deal with. If he finds his rhythm and he's got his 1-2s, tie up and spin, 1-2s, tie up and spin, and does it all night long, which we've seen him do with some of the best guys in the world, he could potentially beat anybody. He even gave Canelo trouble in those first couple rounds with that style.
Yeah.
So it's just how long can he keep it up with a guy, like a real welterweight, like a guy like Thurman or a guy like Kell Brook or Terrence Crawford. But I can't talk badly about Terrence Crawford. He may not have fought like the tip at the top, but he's dispatched them the way that a guy who's at that level should.
Can Khan in theory should be able to absorb a Terrence Crawford's kind of power, right?
It's hard to say. Terrence Crawford's power is tricky because a lot of it's timing and his setups.
Breaking you down.
I don't know if he's the strongest guy in the weight class, the hardest puncher, but he may have one of the highest knockout percentages just because of that. His timing and ability to find the right shots at the right time is impeccable at this point.
It looks like Kell Brooks making a comeback to 47. Came in super shredded.
Yeah.
His last fight, the limit was 54. He came in at 50. I think that tells the fans he's making his way back to 47.
Or because he didn't look that great in that fight.
Okay.
Or the weight drain bothered him, and maybe 54 is where he belongs. Because first round of that fight, I thought he was knocking Rafa out in a round or two.
Yeah.
And then ended up going the full tilt, and he got hit a lot. So maybe the weight had an effect on him. Maybe not. Maybe he is better served at 40. So Rafa was coming down. He's a bigger guy. So that one's still I got a question mark there.
Now let's not confuse the fans by any means. Chris Algieri is officially an active fighter.
Back, baby.
You just fought. You're back completely. You're going to be at 140. What's going on? How does it feel? This is the first time we're talking post-fighting. How does it feel to be back in the game? You're a boxer. You're a fighter. You're not Chris Algieri, the nutritionist we interview, or Chris Algieri, the analyst. You're a boxer right now.
Yes.
How does it feel to be back?
Yeah, that's why I'm cheese and eater here, man. I've been happy. I was happy the whole build-up of the fight. I'm happy after the fight. Just getting ready for the next one. Hopefully it's going to be early January we're looking at. I'm right back in the gym. I don't think I skipped a beat at all, so we're rocking and rolling.
Staying active. Obviously, you want to be in there with the champs at some point. Is there a time frame in your own mind? Obviously, you want to get some good touches first and get yourself back into the rhythm of the championship rhythm. Is there a time frame you have?
Yeah, I think 2019 in a title fight is very realistic. I just want to have a very busy year, though. I want to fight almost every other month. I just fought 2 weeks ago. I want to fight again next month. I want to fight again in March. And then, Danny has a fight. I'll probably have a fight coming up at that time, so I'll be in camp with him. And then come back and get another fight right after that.
Your brother from another mother, you just mentioned him, Danny Jacobs. He's been vocal. He says he could stop Canelo at 8th. So I know that's your guy. Try unbiasedly breaking it up for me. Just now you've seen Canelo up close and personal. You probably have in the past as well.
Oh, yeah.
How does it look? Style-wise.
I think it's a very tough fight for Canelo, honestly. Okay. I really do. And I've always said that. I think just stylistically, the things that Danny can do with the size that he has and the power. He's just a dangerous, tricky guy. So I do favor Jacobs in that fight. I hope it happens sooner than later. And it's a fight that I think the fans deserve. I think that Canelo deserves. I think Danny deserves it. These are the kind of fights that are epic and legendary for their careers. So let's make that happen.
There you have it, the man himself, the master boxer, Chris Algieri.
I mean,
appreciate you always. Thank you.